the house. The one they talking about, word of mouth. The boxing playhouse, without a doubt. All the latest and greatest boxing news, that's what it's all about.
What's up? This is Sakura A, and I'm with Emilio Santana. And what you have right now is Boxing Playhouse After Dark series. And I can't wait to get it started because there is so much boxing news. Some of it is hot off the press, like within the last 2 hours. So I'm wondering, what do you think we should start with? Should we start with Canelo? Should we start with the Martinez fight being canceled on the card? Should we start with, Joseph Parker fight? Like, you tell me where you want to go with this, Emilio.
I want to go back to last week. Actually, that happened last week.
Oh, you read about? Okay, you thinking about last week? What was it that really had is in your mind and soaking in from last week for you?
Man, that knockout by Oscar Valdez. Oh yes. My God, man, he put on a performance.
I think you watched that about 20 times, and you kept saying, "Dang, you can hear it! You can hear it!"
that knockout right there is gonna be hard to beat, man. That's knockout of the year so far. That knockout, it ranks up there with the Pacquiao getting knocked out by Marquez, the Paul Williams getting knocked out by Sergio Martinez.
Right.
Even 40 years ago, when John Tate got knocked out by Mike Weaver, he was laid out cold.
I love it when you talk history. I love it when you talk boxing history to me.
Yeah, real boxing purists know, man, that knockout Mike Weaver did is Big John Tate. You know, it's on YouTube. But, that Oscar Valdez, the whole fight, man, it was, I mean, he just, in the words of Emmanuel Stewart, he systematically broke Michelle down. You know, looked very, very sharp. I was very impressed with Valdez. You know, very impressed. A lot of people thought Michelle was going to win this fight.
Right.
Valdez was fighting, man, using angles and switching stance. He was switching from southpaw to orthodox. Kept catching Michelle with them left hooks. You know, dropped him, had him about to go, I think, in the 4th round. And he just put on a performance, man. It just ended the night with a picture perfect left hook with just lights out. And I mean, it was just, man, it was an exciting fight. That fight right there, that stuck out with me. You know, what did you think about the fight, girl?
Oh my God, it was just a beautiful display of boxing skills that Valdez used. And I was just very excited that he was able to shut up all the naysayers, all the people that was talking shit about him beforehand or dismissed him as a winner, such as myself. We got it like right in our face, like, this is why I'm the best right now. This is why I'm better than Burchelt. And for me, I just thought that Burchelt's body size was going to be too much for Valdez, you know, being that he's like more in tune with being a super, what is it? They have super featherweight.
Super featherweight,
yeah.
Lightweight.
So I just felt that Burchelt was the bigger guy and was going to be able to dominate and control him with his size. And, you know, that withered away in the 4th round. The first time that Valdez was able to catch him really good and he got really buzzed. And I was just really like shocked at the way that he was able to just demonstrate the total just dominant skills over Burchelt. And, you know, ESPN did a great job. Just, you know, I love the animation, by the way. I like the way they came in with that animation. But they demonstrated very well how Burchelt was known to take a lot of punches. And his defense was on the lower side of, you know, the rankings. So when he was able to pop shot him and punch him and different things like that, but do it in a way in which he was still on the move. He just boxed so beautifully. Like, I'm a big fan now. He really gained me as a fan. And Burchelt, he's still my guy. But, you know, a lot of people are complaining. They're saying that they believed that something was going on with Burchell and that he really was not himself from the first beginning of the fight. Now, for me, I don't like to take anybody's shine once they earned it. I really saw that Valdez's boxing skills were just superior to Burchell's. But, I mean, there's this other element where, yeah, Burchell didn't look himself. And a lot of people started seeing that in the weigh-in the day before, and it made them change their bets to Valdez towards the end, closer to the fight. All of the bets that were coming in were for Valdez. So a lot of boxing fans saw something that, they didn't like in Burchell at the time of the weigh-in. So, like, what do you think about that?
I don't know. I didn't really dig deep too much into all that. I just, a lot of fighters put on a lot of weight, after they get off scales. I don't know how they do it, man. They just put on 15, 20 pounds. And, the same thing with the Broner fight. They had to go make the fight a welterweight fight. That fight was supposed to have been junior welterweight, and he couldn't quite make the weight, so they ended up turning that fight around and making it a welterweight fight. So these guys, I don't know, it's just weird how these guys put on so much weight after the weigh-in. But I think Burchell was maybe 5 pounds more than Valdez or something, but hey, that left hook neutralized everything. So
it really did. Now, the other thing that is at controversy with that particular fight, and then we're going to move on because there's a lot of topics before our main guest gets here tonight. But the main thing that a lot of people were talking about was whether the fight should have been stopped in the 4th or whether it should have been stopped in the 10th. They felt that Burchell was allowed to linger around a lot and a longer time than he should have. They also felt that his team did not actually put together anything good. Well, once Burchell was losing, they felt that his team didn't give him proper directions and didn't stop the fight when it was apparent that Burchell was not going to be able to win this towards the end of the fight.
Right.
And they thought that also contributed to the fact that he was out for so long, because he had already taken so much punishment from the 4th round on. So how do you feel? What side of the mirror are you on when it comes to that particular aspect?
You mean far as say that far?
Should the fight have been stopped in the 4th by the referee, or should the team have stopped it around the 10th? Because they knew at that point that he more than likely had no steam in his punches at that point. And how was he going to win? Because, Valdez was already so far ahead by the time they got to the 10th round. Yeah. So, like, how do you feel about the time that should the fight have been stopped in the 4th when Burchell was initially stunned?
Yeah, it could have been stopped earlier, but, the Mexican fighters, they warriors, and they want to go out on their seal, man. You damn near got to kill a Mexican fighter, to get him out of there. So, if they would have stopped it then, a lot of fans would have felt cheated, even though he had him hurt bad. But, a lot of guys have come back, been hurt, and come back and turned fights around with one punch. It was a world title on the line. So, and then after that, Burchell actually, I think, won the next couple rounds. So, anything can happen. It only take one punch. Burchell is a heavy-handed dude, and he could have turned the fight around. So I was happy with the stoppage, because Mexican fighters, they warriors, they're gonna be damn near got to kill them dudes to get them out of there. So it was a good fight, man. The knockout was, spectacular. This boxing, man. Just think of a lot of good fights that would have been stopped early that would have had a different outcome. It's a lot of fights that changed. You can think about the Corrales Castillo fights. It's a lot of fights that changed back and forth action. So I'm not, it was all right stoppage for me, on a few more rounds.
Well, it's a situation for me where I'm always about fighter safety, of course. That's one of my series that I do, specifically targeting how we can improve boxers' health and make sure that deaths don't occur or brain damage injuries. So for me, I really would have preferred that the fight got stopped by the ref in the 4th round, because even when he was checking him and asking him to come to him and all these things, he was stumbling real bad. Like, it was clear that he was not in a position to where that fight would have continued had he not been Burchelt. And because he was Burchelt, I could even see where the ref would have wanted to give him an additional round to see, show him something. But after that next round, when he was still kind of wobbly and had the rubber legs a lot, I felt that should have been really an indicator where it needed to be stopped. Now, once we get to the 10th round, clearly the team should have stopped the fight to protect their boxer and have him fight another day. Because, we can tell just by the way that it took so long for him to, to wake up from that punch, that clearly there was some concussions, some concussed symptoms he was displaying right from the 4th. And when you take that fight all the way to the 10th, and then you have a massive, what was that, a left hook that he caught him with? Hook. Yeah, that left hook just lights out, but he wasn't able to come out of it as soon as many boxers are, because there was already some damage there, I believe. Right. So we have to be careful about, we want to all see a good fight, but we got to be careful. Now, we're going to move on to our next situation here. Well, first, we got some people that's listening. We got Luis Rafael Bruno. We got Julio Vargas. We got a couple other people watching. Samaria, she says, hey. We got Henry Brown from the International Boxing Hall of Fame. He says, Boxing PlayHouse. Hey there.
What's up, Henry? What's up, man?
He says, Sakura and Emilio, how are you both? Love you guys. Boxing. Absolutely. We love it. Henry, we love you as well. Yeah, so, guys, make sure that when you want your comment to be heard, you do hashtag BPH, baby, at the end of your situation. Hashtag as in the number sign, BPH. Right. Make it happen for us, guys. And then we got Melissa. Melissa, what's up? That's our girl from boxing's Chris. That's Christopher Young's people.
Oh, what's up?
Okay. Melissa says, good evening, Boxing PlayHouse. Hey, we love you. We miss you. We got Feta. He says, hello. What's up, Feta? I like that. I like that name. So now we also got Mercado. We got, let's see, Melvin, Delvis, Jaffries, Melvin again, Franklin. Wow, we got a lot of people watching. Danny Rodriguez, Tony, and more. So thank you guys, all of you guys, for watching tonight. And we got Vegas. Oh, Miami. Miami, what's up? You in the building tonight? Thanks so much. Now, for our next topic.
That's where Canelo fighting at this week.
That is where Canelo is fighting this week. My only question to you guys, is that a fight that you want to see? Canelo versus Yildirim? Let us know, because that's not a fight that I really care to see. And now we just got word within the last hour that one of the main, I'm not going to say this, but I'm going to say this. The main fight that I was going to watch this particular card for is canceled, guys. Yes, we got Martinez versus Arroyo. That was canceled. Apparently there was a bad hand injury, a fracture that occurred. And so they have now, and it looked very serious. It really looked bad.
Something besides COVID stopping the fight. Huh?
Yes, absolutely, an actual injury. So that was it for the WBC World Flyweight Championship. So that was the fight that was going to draw me in to the zone this weekend. So I really hate to see, this particular fight to be canceled. And I'll just go ahead and show you guys the hand. Oh my goodness, like it is really swollen. Sorry, I can't get you a better picture of it, but basically that's what happened with that. So now that we're gonna go on to that, let's see and check it if anybody cares about this Canelo versus Yildirim fight. Okay, so we got the diehards. They'll be still watching Canelo for sure.
What about the Broner fight?
Okay, now you done went back to last weekend. So what is it that you wanted to say about Broner's fight, in which he had a tough fight with Santiago? For me, I was more impressed with Santiago's work, being that he was a weight class heavier than he normally fights at 140. So I would like to see Santiago again at 140, maybe with somebody else. So anything else about Broner?
I think Santiago would be a good measuring stick for Regis Prograde, since him and Broner.
You really trying to fit Santiago to the wolves?
I'm saying, since
You
Broner,
mean at welterweight or
no, back to junior welterweight, because Broner and Prograde been going at it, and so Prograde said he would have stopped Santiago in 5 minutes. So that's a good measuring stick to see how he would do against Santiago. I feel like Santiago did a good job, man. Let him get another, put him back on the big stage again, and let him see how he do against Prograde. That's a measuring stick to see how Prograde and Broner kind of, match up a little bit, just to see.
I understand what you're saying, but, for me, it's like this. Santiago, I believe that was a draw at best for Broner. I didn't see him ahead, although he could have been 1 point ahead just based off the point deduction that they took from my man Santiago. And then also the fact that Broner did hurt him really bad in, I forget which round, I believe it was the 10th round. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But one of the later rounds, Broner did hurt Santiago and he almost fell. Remember, he dipped down and it looked like his glove almost touched, but it didn't. So, but a judge might have said that was a 10-8 round. You know what I'm saying? They might have still seen how hurt he was and gave Broner an extra point. Well, took an extra point.
That was real close knockdown.
Yes.
His glove was like a half inch.
Like a hair.
From touching that mat.
Yes.
That would have definitely been a knockdown if it touched that mat.
For real. So I really think if it hadn't have been for that particular issue and the point deduction, that Santiago would have won that fight. But the 1 point to me put it to where it would have been like a draw situation. Mainly not because this guy is all that better than Broner, but it was more because Broner still refuses to let his hands go. When he does let his hands go, he gets results. So this still puzzles me as to why he's not able to, execute this after all these fights he's had. So let's see what else is going on. Oh, okay. So this was the other breaking news tonight, guys. We actually saw that Teofimo Lopez, he was actually given a high bid for his next fight. Trilla. Yes, Trilla, the promotions that is doing all of the Mike Tyson exhibition type fights. They put in a bid for $6 million. Actually, it was 6 million. I think 18,000. It looks like 6.18 million. So basically, Matchroom was the next closest bid for Teofimo fight, but they wanted to pay 3.5 million. So that's quite a jump for Trilla to be willing to double the ante, basically, with the 6 million. So, well, what I had was a tweet where Ellaby says, "Great for Teo. He makes 3.2 for his next fight." But basically Lopez was gonna get 65% of the winnings. So 3.9 would have been his portion, but then you got to subtract what Top Rank is going to make from him. So who in the world feels like this is some situations here where, basically, did Trilla really overbid, or is Teofimo worth that amount of money? I mean, what do you think, Emilio?
I don't know. I feel. I don't know if he's quite there yet.
Yeah.
I don't think he's quite there yet. Maybe
No.
maybe 2 or 3 million. You know, I don't want to shortchange my man, but you know, with the big, it had to be against a good, you know, one of the other up and coming stars. You know, but still 5 million. You know, that's up there with Thurman and them was making. I don't know if he.
Okay, this might clear it up for you. The main point that I forgot to mention is that his opponent is Kambosos.
I've never heard of him.
Kambosos. Okay, he's big in Australia, so he does have a name in Australia, but Trilla is trying to make money off the United States. You know, we the ones that pay the pay-per-view. Right. So, I mean,
hey, I'm all for it. If he could make that money, hey, I'm all for it. I didn't know if he was at that, you know, at that rate right now. But if he can get it, hey, I'm more power to him.
Well, you know what? You know I have to play devil's advocate. Well, I mean, for me, I'm like, this is the whole reason why we got to sit and watch Canelo versus, you know, his opponent this weekend. This the whole reason why we getting this lopsided. Like, yeah, if I'm a star, hell yeah, I'll fight somebody that like Kambosa and like this weekend, I would fight, you know, Canelo's opponent. I forget his name just that quick, but I would fight him too. If I know I'm getting maximum money, why should I fight and risk my title with someone that is a top 5 lightweight if I'm Tio when I can get this kind of money for fighting someone that we don't even know?
If he can get that money, hey, that's a good look for him because, I mean, really outside of, you know, Lomachenko, I mean, what other big names has Tio fought?
I mean, for me, like I'm saying, I ain't mad at Tio. Tio doing what he, you know, should do when somebody give him that money. Take it. Run before they take it back. That's what I would do.
Hey.
So I'm not mad at Tio for taking that fight for that type of money. What I'm upset about is we still are not, it's not good for the sport long term because we're not getting to see the best fight the best and garner this type of money. You know, when it's time to make a bigger fight, they'll be like, oh, now Tio wants not, you know, now he don't want 6 million. Now he wants 10 million. And now this opponent, who is a good opponent, is not going to want to take 3 million or whatever while Tio makes 10 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to screw it up. I'm telling you, long term, I'm seeing it down the road and I'm seeing how this is going to play out. Okay, I see Lorenzo down there waiting for us. So let's keep it moving. I wanted to talk about Jessica Mccaskill versus Cecilia Brækhus for a minute because they're going to be on that March 13th Dallas, Texas, the Zone card. Yeah. Yes, and that is the one with Estrada versus Chocolatito. Right. So they're going to be having their WBC title and a WBA title on the line. But one of the fights on the card is the one that I'm looking forward to, guys. And that is Mccaskill versus Cecilia Brækhus. This would be the rematch. It's going to be 10 rounds, and it's going to be for the undisputed title for WBC, WBO, WBA, IBF, welterweight champion. So, I mean, guys, I'm just saying all this to say to check out this card. Chocolatito and Estrada is going to be an amazing match by itself, but when you add a Jessica Mccaskill versus Brækhus to it, I mean, it's just mind-blowing for me. Like, I'm ready. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I don't know why they didn't make it a 12-round fight. You said 10 rounds?
Well, I mean, the ladies went for championships is 10 rounds, not 12. So that's just the way they have it. The ladies say they will fight 12 rounds. They have no problems with that. But that's for next week when we have our ladies' night edition, guys. It's the first Thursday of every month. So make sure you check us out. And we're trying to like secure a very special guest for you guys, you know, for the ladies too. All right. So the other fight I was going to talk about real quick, like, no, not that one. There is a lot of fights coming up, by the way. And if you want to check them out and find out, you can go to our website tomorrow, and I'll have them all up on our calendar for you. We got a Clarissa Shields versus Marie Eve DeCare coming up for March 5th. And that is an all-ladies fight. And this is the thing that I wanted to talk to you about real quick, Emilio. And I'm even going to ask Lorenzo, too. But what I want to know from you, you as a male fan, a real boxing fan, are you willing to give this all-women's card a chance? Will you watch and pay? Because it's on Fight TV, pay-per-view. Will you pay to watch this fight as a real boxing fan? That's all I want to know. I'm asking.
Yeah, I'll tell you. How much is it? No.
It's not as much as the male counterparts for sure, but I mean, you know, you got to make a choice. You know, like, are you in or out?
Well, you know,
damn it.
I've always supported women boxing, so a whole woman card.
Yeah,
Most definitely want to see that.
I know it.
Most definitely want to see that. We've always supported women, and I want them to make as much money as they can. I like to see them go 12 rounds, 3-minute rounds. But hey, these women got to be paid too. So
yes, and like I said, they want those 12 rounds, and they want those 3-minute rounds too. It's just a matter of the culture of boxing allowing them to do that. And with that being said, we are ready for our main event for tonight, which is going to be Bare Knuckles Fighting Champions.
I got my shirt on.
Yes.
Hey, Bare Knuckles.
We're talking about a massive win. We just saw him partake in Super Bowl weekend in the Tampa Bay area, and it was such a good knockout. So we have to have the Juggernaut on, baby. What's up?
What's up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing?
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo Hunt.
The grind continues.
That's
how you doing?
right. How you feeling?
How you doing, Amelia?
Man,
What's up, bro? I'm staying focused, man. I'm still getting it in. I'm in the gym, man. I'm in the boxing yard right now. I just finished up my classes for the day. We still pushing every day. You know, no days off. We grinding, and can't wait till the next event. Yeah, we did our thing. We went out and did exactly what we planned to do, and it all came together.
I mean, that was an amazing knockout. What I mean, how did you make this happen? What strategy did you go into this fight with? Was that the goal?
Oh yeah. You know how I fight. You know I'm looking for that shot. You know, it's always safety first. So Rob Moore is a veteran of the game. He's been in a lot of fights. He's a big guy. I know, you used to seeing me get in there with guys. They can be bigger than me. I'm fine with that. The only thing that was tricky about Rob was he's left-handed. And I do know how to handle left-handed fighters, but you have to be careful when you got left-handed fighters with a lot of striking power. Rob Moore, he lulls guys to sleep. He'll play patiently, and then he'll land a big left, and then he'll go crazy. All of a sudden, he comes alive, and he's this big monster that's all over you. And I had to make sure that didn't happen. So I went in there, I measured him, I had to figure him out, I had to time him, and then I had to get in there and get rid of him. And that was the plan, and that's exactly how it went. It wasn't about being overzealous, or it didn't need to be a quick knockout. It just needed to be careful.
Man, you know what I loved about that night, Lorenzo?
Yes, sir.
I love the way you came to the ring, man.
Oh, you like that walkout?
Oh man, I love how you came out, man.
I'm glad you brought it up. We actually framed the my walkout thing, and we're gonna auction it off.
Oh wow! I like that.
That's my hoodie that I had made for the fight. We're gonna auction that off.
Okay.
Coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
You see, we've been putting in work. We've been putting in work.
Well, you got a lot of memorabilia building up.
Huh?
I said you got a lot of memorabilia building up.
Yeah. I've been grinding, man. I've been grinding, man. We've been getting in. We ain't giving up. We push it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back in time
Yeah,
because
everybody up there with me. Everybody up there. Y'all remember this? Everybody up there.
Wow. Oh man.
that was
Yes.
Reggie Penna. Yes. Oh
Yeah,
yes.
everybody up there with me. So we up there. Even Trujillo's up there. He got his shot. He up there too. I'll take
Okay.
that. He
I
closed
ain't
his
mad
eyes.
at you.
He closed his eyes and hit the lottery. I'll take it.
Well, what I was gonna do is bring your memory all the way back down our memory lane of when we first met you, which was at the Bare Knuckle Fighting Champions tryouts,
Yes,
and
sir.
that was like 2 years ago, was it?
Yeah. Time's flying. Long as you grinding, time's flying, and we doing good. We doing our thing.
And you know what? That day we like knew right away as soon as we saw you with the other fellas that was trying out that you would be one of the ones that Dave chose.
Yeah, I came in. I had actually spoke to BKFC before, and I actually fought for Dave as an MMA fighter. I fought on one of his cards, and so I was trying to get on the bare knuckle because I was actually doing bare knuckle already for Dada. The boys out of Miami, they was getting it in too, and Dave, for whatever reason, they said they were gonna work with me, but they just kept looking over me. So I was invited to the tryouts, and I was gonna show them, like, hey, this ain't like picking over baseball cards and trying to decide which one you want. Nah, I'm gonna come to where you at, and I'm gonna show you what I can do, and then you'll have to say, hey, we need to get this guy on the card. And that's exactly what happened. I came, I showed them how I move. I move different. I am different. I'm explosive. I don't have to really be flashy or a lot of mouth. I can just do what you pay me to do. And so it's coming out in the wash, and Dave and everybody they're starting to see that they just don't know how good I actually am. And it's hard to make matches for me. It's hard to find guys to fight me. It's hard to, it's getting harder and harder to find competition for me because they have no measuring stick for how good I actually am.
Well, I mean, you did bring up your first fight with Reggie Penna, that you was able to get the win, and then we go to the Stavo, which you lost that one. But what I want to tell you is that was a game changer because now it seems like every fight we see you improve and improve and improve so much more. So, do you think that was a great learning experience? No, you don't want to lose, but
the Trujillo fight wasn't really a loss for me. I was better than him then. He just got the shot. We're talking about 40 seconds in the first round. I didn't touch him. He didn't touch me. I threw a punch. He closed his eyes. He threw a punch. He won the clash. The referee wasn't even supposed to stop that fight. The referee wasn't even supposed to stop that fight. And like I said, I talked to the boxing commission and everything, and they said, hey, there's no established rules for that. We've seen BKFC. We've seen how they fight. We've seen look what happened at Knuckle Mania. You saw them girls' faces.
Yeah.
They didn't stop that.
Yeah.
They didn't stop that.
Right.
But they stopped mine for a busted lip. Cut the games. So now, I mean, it don't really matter. Like I said, I'm not holding it to heart. Trujillo belt. He ran to Bellator for less money, and he's hiding out somewhere on somebody's roster, not getting any fights. He's sitting in the refrigerator somewhere. And I'm perfectly fine with that. BKFC's fighting me.
Wow.
They fighting me because I know how to get in there, I know how to kill, and I know how to come out clean. And I'm cool with that. I mean, everybody make their decisions. I'm not holding no grudges with Trujillo. He'll get hungry. COVID will starve him out of his little hole, and he'll try to come back to the BKFC, and he'll have to see me because I'll be on top because I would have been kept kicking ass like I was supposed to kick his ass that night. He got saved, and he know it. So it's okay. I'm okay. I'm just going to keep doing my job.
Well, what was it about that particular fight that we saw such an improvement with you that directly after that, the next time you fought was with Lozano?
Well, I don't know if you remember, the fight against Reggie Pena was impressive too. Reggie Pena never touched me. I was always this fighter. Like I said, you got to see 40 seconds of Trujillo fight, and it made it look like, oh, well, he's improved a lot. No, I was that fighter. I was that fighter at the Trujillo fight. I was going to destroy Trujillo. This is the fighter that came. This is me versus Trujillo. This is me. That's me. I was already improved. I was ready for that. I was ready for
Okay.
that. The boy got lucky. I was gonna show him up. I was gonna dog him out. I was gonna make a show of it. He got lucky. Like I said, 40 seconds into the first round, the first punch is thrown. Boom. That's like hitting a buzzer beater. That's like you invite the unlikely guy out of the stands at a basketball game and he hits the half-court shot. Oh wow, everybody cheers. Good job. That don't mean he's an NBA player. You know what I mean? That just mean he hit the shot. So I'm not even taking it to heart. I didn't improve after that fight. I was already that guy.
Okay.
I take, you know what I mean? I was already that guy. I'm still that guy. And everybody that gets in my way gonna see exactly what I brought to the BKFC. Matter of fact, if you look at the tryouts, the same combination that I hit on the bag that won me the tryouts is the same combination I just used on Rob Morrow. That's the same guy. That's the same guy you met at tryouts. That body head combination was the same combination that impressed Dave, that I could carry power all the way from the bottom to the top and finish. And that's what I just used against Trujillo 2 years later. Same fighter.
Yeah, there was quite a break there for the COVID, being that the night that Helen Peralta versus Christina Ferreira 2 was supposed to happen. The whole thing got canceled, which was so unfortunate. And then you guys had to wait a while before we could figure out exactly how post-COVID fighting was going to work with the bubbles.
Oh my God. Thank goodness. I mean, shout out to David Feldman and Nate Shook, because them guys are geniuses that he came with the BKFC app, and then he wasn't so pressed to put butts in the seats. He could actually put the fights on with a limited crowd and still survive, which made us be able to come up and show out and still show up. And then me being the fighter that I am, I always train, and I post my fights. I post my training on live every day. So them guys wake up in the morning, they see me. They go to bed at night, they see me. And so when they need to put on a show, they call who's dependable. They call the guy that's on their mind. They call the guy that they saw when they woke up this morning. And they call the guy that they saw right before they went to sleep. It's me. I'm on it every day. So I'm in there, and I do what comes natural after all of that.
Lorenzo, all them fighters I've been seeing, man, you bring the star quality to the BCF, man. You got that appeal, man, and I see star written all over you, man. You bring that.
It's coming.
Even when you knocked that one dude out and you stood over him, man, I was like, damn, that's.
So people give me flack about that, and I like.
They do.
I'm really not that. I'm really not. I really don't lose control in there. I don't know if you notice, I'm really a cerebral fighter. I really don't lose it. Lozano gave me excuses to be an ass for real. He swung on me after the bell. He wouldn't break when the guy said clinch. He was doing all kind of dirty stuff, and I'm used to it because of my skill level. Because of my skill level, people try to cheat. I've been cheated before. People will fight me dirty because they're like, oh my God, he's so fast and he's strong. What do I do? Hit him in the nuts. Remember Reggie Pena hit me in the nuts. Like, they will cheat in order to get some type of advantage. Two of the last 3 fights, the guy hit me after the bell. They will cheat. I pushed them in a position where they need to figure out how to cheat. So I expect I'm okay with that. With Lozano, when I hit him, I actually tripped over his feet. So it put me in that position. It wasn't really, I didn't go over there intending to stand over him and be a dick. I actually tripped over his feet when they died right in front of me. He just died underneath my feet. My momentum carried me into that position, and then the guy took a perfect picture.
Yeah.
It was just a perfect
picture. He had that picture ready, boy.
Picture perfect.
Yeah, he took a perfect picture. With somebody, when they first asked me what did I say when I leaned over, I swear I thought I said, like, is you all right?
Oh,
I think I was checking on him like, holy shit, I'm sorry. Maybe I said my bad.
Lorenzo, at your last 2 fights, man, I noticed a very tall spectator in the audience, man.
Oh yeah, Shaq.
Yeah, what's happening with Shaq, man?
Yeah, I told him I break the backboards in this bitch. And,
wow.
He liked me. He liked me. He liked to come out and check it out. Yeah, I've ran into him quite a few times, and I like to show out for him a little bit too. And so far, so good.
I think he's trying to be a part of that, ain't he?
I don't know all the details. I just know I like seeing him around. Shout out to Black Excellence. I like seeing him around, and I like seeing the stars come out. I would have liked the Browns to go to the Super Bowl because Kareem would have came down. He ran into some issues and wasn't able to make it down. My cousin Kareem Hunt said he was gonna come down VIP table and show out for me. So eventually, I will get little Kareem to come down, and his dad and his mom. Everybody will come down and show love. Right now, it's just all about the grind. It ain't no shine. Like, I don't go out, I don't party after fights and none of that. It's all about the grind.
All about the
We
grind.
got a ways to climb.
Wow.
So Lorenzo, tell us, what is your goal in your next fight? Like, is there anything that you see that you want to try to like do differently in your next fight?
Not at all. So basically, I've been fighting a long time. I've been in martial arts. I've been mastering myself for a very, very, very long time. I really don't have to critique myself per fighter per se. It's no difference than when I walk out. When I walk out the boxing yard with my daughter. If some bum or somebody tries to walk up to me, I don't get to weigh them. I don't get to measure them. I don't get to watch video on them to determine what's about to happen. What's gonna happen is what I've been doing every day, what I've been training for every day. That's what you come into. So I don't really need to know my opponent. I just need to know me. And I think I told you that before. It was the same for Reggie. It was the same for those guys. I don't really study tape or none of that on those guys. What I come to, when they approach me, when they approach this situation, they're going to have problems that they have to try to figure out. They're going to have like, oh my God, like this guy's fast. How do I overcome that? Holy shit, he's strong. How do I overcome that? Do I approach him? Do I bang with him? Do I run for him? What do I do? And I'm going to capitalize off those indecisions, that indecisiveness that I'm going to drown him. Whatever he does, I'm going to create a problem for him. And that's just that. He's going to come with whatever he come with, whether it be fire or ice. I'm going to capitalize and I'm going to drown him.
Yeah, that's a good strategy. I always like for people to watch tape just a little bit, though.
Yeah.
So you can always, not necessarily on them, but just people that you'd like to be like from the legends.
Oh yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I watch tape. I watch fight tape. I watch boxing. I love boxers. Everybody loves Mike Tyson. I identify a little more with Roy Jones. Roy Jones was a little cleaner, a little smoother, a little more flashy, a little faster. He had amazing feet. You know what I mean? And I'm kind of like that. Even though I am a bigger guy, I kind of identify with the lighter fighters, the Sugar Ray Robinsons, the Sugar Ray Leonards, the guys who knew how to hit and get away with it. As far as bare knuckle is concerned, I know they appreciate a John Wayne type punch me in the face type fighter. I'm just not that guy. I'll keep smoking them until they appreciate a fighter like me, a fighter who can knock people out and still go on a date afterwards. Like that's me. I'm not about to be in there letting them punch me in the face, see who's got the stronger chin and all of that shit. We about to be, you're gonna have to work for it to touch me. Like I'm fighting you like you got doodle on your hands. Like don't touch me. Don't
You
touch
is a
me.
man.
Ew.
He is a true man.
Ew.
Oh my Lord. What we gonna do with him? I remember when I was trying to do an interview with you and Reggie Penner had came in because he had overheard you saying some stuff and y'all almost knocked me over.
Listen, I would not have
I
let
was
him
like,
hurt
oh my God, these two don't like
I
each
would not
other.
have let him hurt you. I would have did the same thing to that eye that I did the night later if he'd have ran up on there trying to get all up close, all up. I got you, bro. I know what's up. You ain't got, you know what I mean? I would have handled that. Nah, he ain't want none. He just wanted to make noise. I don't know if you noticed, but when I came out of my walk-in with my Michael Jackson and my girls, he was on the side of the thing screaming up at me when I did my walkout. He was screaming, I want a rematch. I want a rematch. I took my do-rag and threw it to him and called him a fanboy.
Oh, wow. No, you didn't do a man like that.
Yes, I did. Go watch it. Go back on the BKFC and watch the app. He walked up to the side of the thing like that lady when she killed Selena. Right?
Oh, no.
I gotta see that.
Listen,
No.
he walked up like he wanted my autograph, and then he started screaming obscenities while I was having my moment to shine. And I took my do-rag off and threw it to him like, you know, like, here you go, crazed fan. And and then I jumped in the ring and took care of my business.
Well, we're gonna have Reggie Penner on here in a few weeks, but from his
he'll
side,
have to explain it to you. He'll have to explain
yeah,
it to
I'm
you.
gonna find out the scoop from his side of the view.
Yeah,
You know,
you gotta
too.
check it out. You gotta check it out. Listen,
It's kind of weird that y'all really don't like y'all not friends because I see both of you guys have like similar attributes to me.
Yeah, I
As
mean,
far as personality.
Reggie Pena and I. Somebody said we look alike. Somebody said we got about the same stature, but Reggie Pena just don't have the skills that I have. He just doesn't have the feet work that I have. He's had time to get it in. He's had time in the game, but he's turned down fights. They've tried to get him other fights. He has to get over that. He has to get over that ass whooping, and he hasn't yet. And I would give Reggie Pena a rematch. I'm serious. Reggie Pena has had opportunity after opportunity to fight for the BKFC. He's turned it down. So why? Why hasn't he gotten back in the ring? If he wants a rematch, why hasn't he proven himself? I didn't stop fighting after Trujillo slapped me in my mouth. I took it like a man, and I got back in there, right? So if he wants to fight me, he has to get back in there. He has to earn it. I'm all about earning a shot. You know what I mean? If Trujillo came on the BKFC right now, I believe I've earned a rematch. I believe he shouldn't fight nobody unless he fight me. But I have that right. I get to say that. Reggie Pena don't get to pick who he fight. You know what I mean? He didn't win. He don't got no. He's still 0-1. He don't got no say so. So I see you when you get it in a little bit, buddy.
Okay.
Earn one.
So it's not a hard no that we won't eventually see a rematch between you two. That's what you're telling us, right?
No, I'm saying not unless he fights. You got to fight. If I beat up Reggie Pena right now and he's 0-1 and I'm 5-1, I'm a fool. Unless what, you're going to pay me a whole lot of money to go fight somebody who's 0-1? I'm 5-1. I'm on the title search. I'm on the search for the belt. Why would I fight Reggie Pena? That's a waste of time. Right? That's right. I know. I see you agreeing with me. That's a bad management move.
They own the bigger and better things.
I'm sorry. I want to see this damn rematch.
Yeah, you just want to see me do it to his other eye.
I just want to see this fucking rematch.
He'll do it to his other eye. Yeah, Reggie Pena's got a lot of fans in town. He's got a lot of people who want to see him get back on the horse, and I do too. But he's got to fight somebody else. I've earned my title shot. I want to fight Hector Lombard. Like, why I got to go through Reggie Pena again to get there? You know what I mean? I want the belt.
No. I just said eventually. Are you saying?
Yeah. Eventually, I would not deny Reggie Pena a rematch. I want to see him fight at least 2 times. At least. Come on, give us a show.
Right.
Okay. Well, he did just suffer a loss in his family too, so we're gonna send our love and shout outs to him.
Love and shout outs to Reggie Pena.
So
of course, everybody goes through things. Of course, everybody has a life. Everybody has a life. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that. I'm saying get in the gym, get in the game, get your head in the game. I don't want to get in the ring with you and then you're lost and then you say, oh, well, you know, I lost somebody in my family and that's why I lost. Nah, I want to see you at your best. I want to see you doing your thing. I want to see you in shape. I don't want to hear you on podcasts saying, oh, I had to lose a lot of weight. Oh, my God, it was too soon. Oh, I wasn't ready. I don't want to hear none of that. Get in there. Give me your best. Let's go to war. Let's give them a show. We men, we're not dragging excuses into the ring with us. Get in the ring if you get in the ring with me, you earned it.
Okay.
Lorenzo, since you've been fighting bare knuckles, have you had any hand problems?
No, not at all. Actually,
not at all?
I don't know how to turn this camera around, but it's all good. So in my gym, my dad, he made this for me.
Well, this is a nice gym you got set up there too.
So this is what I punch every day.
Damn, what's that?
That's a log?
Yeah, this is a log. My dad made it for me. It says coach only. So my students aren't allowed to hit this. But every day I get up in the morning, I come in here in the morning and I punch this. We got a sandpaper pad on it right here. And then I just punch it, I'll tap it, and I'll work my hands, I'll work my motions. If you go onto YouTube, you can see me punch this thing really good. I can actually hit it now pretty good. And so my hands have become, rather calloused. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, we
And,
can see it.
yeah, just from
knuckles.
punching this thing every day. Just from punching it every day, I'm able to.
Damn, that's hard work and dedication to the next damn.
I don't really punch it hard. I don't need to, and I don't really need to punch you in the face hard either. I just need to punch it. Our faces aren't really made for punching, so as long as I punch it, it's gonna bleed. Wow. And so I just come in here and I punch that every day. I just come in here and I punch that every day, and it gives me an advantage when I get in there. I don't have any hand issues. That's not going to be, I'm not going to take any time off based on that. Matter of fact, if I punch you and it's over, that's a great day. That's a great day. That's what they paid me to do.
Right.
So we do. Bare Knuckle Fighting Champs has a what number are they on now? 16.
Yeah, 16. 16. I'll be in Biloxi. For that fight to watch my buddy bang out, and then I'll be in I'll be fighting on 17.
Who's your buddy?
Oh, I'm rooting for Elmore. He's fighting I'm rooting
Garcia.
Yeah.
Garcia.
Yeah. I'm rooting for him. I want to see him do his thing. We've really been getting it in, and these guys, they showing a lot of heart. I'm starting to make friends and shit because Joe Elmore is a nice, solid guy. He's a little smaller than me, but he's got a real big heart, and he'll get in there and he gonna put on the show. He's willing to die to prove his point. And the other guy, I think he's got a little more technical skill, and we'll get to see just how if you got enough heart, if you're crazy enough, can you actually overpower somebody who's technically better than you, and vice versa? We'll get to see that with this fight that's coming up. So I'm going to be there ringside. I'll be out there taking pictures with the fans and showing love. And we'll be getting it in.
That's amazing. I'm glad that you are now like one of the stars of the division. And it's like such a far long away time when you were like, I thought you were gonna have to be like the fighter that everybody did. So now you've earned that respect from fans, and you're on that side of the fence like Reggie Barnett and Christine Ferreira. Like you're like team favorites.
Yeah, they love to see me come in because I'm not a diva, not at all. I show up to the fight. I'm respectful to everybody. I shake hands with everybody. I make the fans feel welcome. I'm cool in the back. I'm not nervous. I'm not trying to intimidate anybody. I'm not pushing my funk all over the place. I'm cool. I'm happy. I'm there with my dad. We're laughing. We're watching the fight. We're helping wrapping hands. We making it a cool thing. It doesn't have to be all like a it don't have to be all testosterone and crazy madness and bumping heads. Nah,
you was punching off some people in the beginning with your testosterone now.
Nah, that wasn't me. I'm telling you, that wasn't me.
That was you.
I was
standing beside you in our interview. It was you, boo.
That was all Pena. I was just standing there. Remember? I was standing there being nice. She was asking me about, the girls and the family and stuff. And then this crazy dude just run up and start barking like one of those little dogs that be making all that noise. And I'm looking at him like, man, do you know what kind of dog I am? Hey, listen.
He heard you
see the little dogs that be barking at pit bulls?
Oh.
You ever seen those little dogs that be barking at pit bulls? Like, do you know what kind of dog I am?
Oh my God, you are terrible. I swear you're from Virginia or North Carolina, like where I'm from, because
I'm from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland.
Well, Reggie Barnett's from Virginia too, so I guess all of you guys are like.
And Julian Lane's from Mansfield. He's from Ohio too.
Ohio boy. Now, what do you think about this Chop Corley versus Barnett Jr. fight? What is up?
I think that if Reggie gets out there and smoking before he gets warmed up, I think if Reggie just go out there and punch him in the face. See, boxers, honest to God, have been spoiled by their boxing gloves.
Okay.
And so, yes, they can fight. Yes, they know the game. Yes, they know all the combinations. Yes, they know how to slip, roll. Yes, they know all the little secret shit. But when you punch a person in the face with your bare knuckles, everything changes. Everything changes. And if you need there's no better example of that than what happened with Paige Van Zandt and Brittany Hart.
Yeah.
Paige Van Zandt has a history, a lineage of 10 years of top-notch fighting top opponents and running with the big dogs and being babied by all the rich people and everything, all the money can buy. Nothing can prepare you for punching you in the face with bare knuckles.
Absolutely, boy. That was hard for real.
She was so arrogant. And she was so above it, Brittany Hart. Nothing rattled her, nothing shaked her, nothing scared her. But when Brittany punched her in the face, everything changed.
So what's it gonna be? Is it Barnett or is it Chop? Tell us.
It's Barnett. It's Barnett. It's Barnett all day.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you answered that, Ray, because it would have been really bad if
I'm serious. It's Barnett all day. Barnett.
So he already know. He already know. I'm Team Juggernaut. It's Team Easy all day.
Hey, listen.
They was trying to set you up.
I know she was trying to set me up.
Reggie, you saw what I was doing, huh?
Yeah, I saw what you was doing, but I already knew what you was gonna say. We're a family, yo. Lorenzo already know. I'm 100% Team Juggernaut. He 100% Team Easy. It don't matter.
You already know it's Barnett all day. Listen, what I was trying to say was they play a lot of games. When it comes to boxing, they got to make it last forever and all of that. They got to make it last 10 rounds. They got to do all of this chucking and jiving. You out there and beat his ass like we at the playground, bro. You won't know what hit him. He'll be like, man, what was that? Is they throwing rocks at me? What is that? Like,
I said it before, and I'll say it again. You know, I don't downplay or diminish anything that man has accomplished in his life and in his career, but this is not boxing.
This is not boxing.
I was born. I was made to be a fighter. This is bare knuckle fighting championship, and when I hit him in his face with my bare fist, he's gonna know this is a whole different game. And if he holds up, then he'll just get a 5-round butt whooping. But I don't even see that coming. He said he was gonna knock me out in 2 rounds. I don't call knockouts, so none of that. But I know that I'm going in there to destroy his ass. I worked really hard to get to where I am. So no man is just gonna come in off of his previous accolades and just bump me out of my spot. You gotta kill me to beat me, bro. Every day I look at my son in the eyes and I say, and I got a reason. I know why I'm fighting. I hope you have like a real reason. You know, you don't even really have to be getting in there taking his ass with the job. But if it's what you really want to do, then that's cool. But just know that I have a true reason why I'm doing this and a goal that I'm working towards. This ain't just for a little bit of clout. This ain't to just, chase a little paper when I'm at the end of the game. I'm a fighter through and through, and every time that I've shown up to fight, whether I've won or lost, it's been a fight.
Yes, everything you're saying is true. We know for ourselves that it's not a boxing match for sure. We learned that very early. I forget what number it was, but it was Biloxi, and it was like the privilege of watching Jason Knight.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Hey, hey. And that was like, wow. His tooth fell out. It rolled right over by us. Like, it was a rude awakening for us boxing, fans. We was like, what the hell just happened here? Okay, I'm not used to this.
And that's what I'm trying to say. And that's what I'm trying to say. As appreciative as I am of boxing and the leeway and the way that, you know, that sport has become, it is very dialed down. You can watch two guys fight 10 rounds, and then when they do an interview, it looks like they got on lip gloss. They look cleaner than they did when the fight started. They just a little blushed. They look like, what the fuck? They look like models. I'm like, bro, oh no. That ain't no way you finna stand in front of me for 10 or 12 rounds and not look like a car crash. It'll look like we just climbed out of a car crash.
That's
Like,
Reggie too.
and that's
You
what
see him in action way back in the beginning, just tearing up. I mean, like the dude was
that's what a fight is.
Reggie, you remember that fight? Because that was the time when dude was trying to run around the ring, and you had to like basically run after this sucker boy. You was like, we finna fight, like.
Yeah, I ain't come all this way, bro. We about to fight.
That was the Crowder fight.
That's
I've grown a lot since that fight. So I'm not the same fighter. I've only gotten better. I've only continued to grow. I have turned into what I consider to be a real bare knuckle fighter. There are a few of us in the league, like y'all were talking before I came in, you know, that are, I consider us a little bit of the outcast, but we are the best fighters in the league, and we are real bare knuckle fighters. Lorenzo happens to be one of them. Christine happens to be one of them. We found out that Britain happens to be one of them. You know, even though she's supposed to be, you know, one of the outcasts like me, I am one of them. You know,
bro, you know
and in all
rise
honesty,
to the top. You know it's gonna rise to the top. You know, oil and water don't mix. You know what's about to happen. Some things are undeniable, man. It's just gonna happen.
Yep, it's already written. That's what this sport was made for too. You know, no disrespect to what BKFC has been doing, but it's not for these fighters who have gone and done whatever they did in their previous careers or whatever. It's for us. It is our time. We are the here and now. They are the has-beens, and I take nothing away from that, but we are the here and now, and we will continue to rise. It is our time, and on March 19th, I'm going to solidify that point and solidify that I am the next in line for the world titles. Period. Since the fans doubt me, since you know the combat sports community doesn't give me enough respect for the work that I put in, especially from the very first one to here we are going now into 16, and I'm just getting my co-main event. You know, so it's like, you know, so I'm gonna go out there and make a statement. I have so much more than I'm fighting for than Top. And when I hit him in the face, he's gonna rethink it. He's like, man, is this really worth it?
Now my question was, you had a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Reggie, I had asked Lorenzo earlier, do you have any hand problems? What do you do to roughen up your hands? I know Lorenzo was hitting a wooden log. Do you do that too? No.
Did what?
I said Lorenzo, he toughens his hands up hitting a log. Some kind of wood.
You know, when I started off bare knuckle, the first one, I used a brick wall, like a legit brick wall. 2 minutes on the brick wall every day before I started practice for hand conditioning. And then an old school bare knuckle fighter, like the old, I'm talking, I think he was in his 80s, you know, he put me onto some games. He gave me a few tips. One, this was post Rusty Crowder fight. So he gave me a tip to keep my skin from cutting.
That's right.
He gave me a little tip. And matter of fact, I don't even care about, I'm not going to share the other one. I don't care about sharing this one because this one people think I'm crazy. He said, what you do, he said, get you a nice meaty steak. He said, you drain that bad boy. He said, you take the blood, and he said, you rub it all over your face and let it sit there. He said, you go to practice and you train the entire practice and you let it run off your face with the sweat. He said, make sure you wear a shirt that you don't want anymore because it's going to be all nasty when you get done. He said, when you get done with practice, he said, trust me. He said, after you let it sit for an hour before you went and sweat, the blood soaks into your skin a little bit. It makes it a little tougher. You don't cut it.
Wow. I wonder if it works on Asian.
I don't know. But that's just, you know, one of my little bare knuckle tricks. And then he, like I said, he put me on game. He gave me another way to condition my hands without having to punch a brick wall, but still get the same effect. Lorenzo, when I hit the gym up tomorrow, I'm gonna take a video and shoot it to you. I ain't sharing that with the world.
Yes, sir. I appreciate
it. But for real, that first fight was the only fight I broke my hands was against Travis Thompson. The Clay Burns fight, I just kind of made the adjustment naturally. Like I said, this game I got was post Rusty Crowder fight. But you know, I've had 3 fights since then, and I haven't hurt my hands at all.
Yeah.
I hurt my hands more with boxing gloves than I do bare knuckle.
Right.
I hate wearing boxing gloves.
Right. Once you figure out what the job is, you know, it's like first day on the job jitters or whatever. But once you figure out what the job is, of course, the mind makes the adjustment. The adjustment for power, the adjustment for accuracy, the adjustment for the understanding of the job. You become the perfect tool for the job. I'm the perfect tool for the job. I'm not breaking my hands and shit. I'll break a nose. I'll break your face. I'm the perfect tool for the job.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I didn't hurt my hands in the Velasquez fight at all. It was smooth, and I threw a lot of punches in that fight and landed a lot of
ugly, big, ashy knuckles too, bud.
Now, Johnny Bedford has lost the title. Shout out to Dad Nugent. But does he still have any Barnett problems?
Who?
Dad Nugent.
You mean that be that bitch?
Let me fix my drink.
I need a drink after that. I'm like, what just happened? Does he have Reggie Barnett problems?
I mean, as long as he's the belt holder, then yeah, he's got problems because I'm coming to get my strap, and then I'm going to defend him and solidify myself as the first champion. But right now, like I said, I'm not chasing after him. I'm not going to chase after a carrot. That's not what men do. So my focus is the fight that I have coming up on March 19th and continuing to solidify the easy legacy. And that's what and whoever wants to step in that squared circle with me and try to put me to the test, I'm cool with it. Lorenzo knows I got the dog in me. He just seen it.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
So if you want a dog fight, we can dog fight. If you want a fancy that, we can fancy. I'm just as good. I dance circles around dudes all the time, but that's not what I came to the BKFC to do. I came to fight. I did that in my very first fight, and every other fight since then, I'm coming to fight. And so I hope that Chop doesn't think that he's coming to box because this ain't no boxing match, you know?
So Lorenzo, when you fight next, what weight class are you targeting?
We going down to the cats. We're gonna fight at 195 or something like that. I'm already cutting weight for it. The guy I'm fighting, Josh Dyer, he's saying 205 is too big for him. So I mean, I'll let these guys call me out. I'll let these guys pick the weight. I'll let these guys put the date. I'll let these guys. I don't give you know what. I'm cool with it. If they came out right now and was like, oh, fight so and so or fight such and such at 185, bro, when I get done running and training to be 185, you're in trouble. Everything's a plus for me. If the guy says, okay, we're gonna fight at 205, okay, you're not gonna like me at 205. You're not gonna like me all full of steak and lifting weights and strong as a bear. You're not gonna like me like that. You're not gonna like me either way.
Okay, now,
so we supposed to fight at 195.
You guys rank.
Crystal said hi, everybody.
What's up, Crystal?
Hi, what's up? That's my girlfriend. So what I wanted to know is what ranking do you guys consider yourself in your respective weight classes?
Come again?
Say what, Reggie?
No, repeat the question. I said,
what ranking do you give yourself in your respective weight classes?
I'm number 1 in the world. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
That's not even debatable. Like, I don't even.
I saw you and you was talking shit the other week when somebody tried to put you as number 3 behind that and Johnny Beckford, and I'm like, how does he get to still be number 2 when he just lost? And you set the record straight. Like, why should I have to give up my ranking of at least number 2 for Johnny that just lost?
I wasn't ranked number 2, and I'm not ranked number 2 or 3. I'm number 1 in the world, period. I'm next in line, and me beating Chop Chop is going to solidify that, and I'm cool with that. But Johnny's not ranked above me. You just lost, and we have the same win-loss ratio, right? But I'm on a 2-fight win streak, and you're on a losing streak. So that puts you ranked below me. I mean, we can argue about it all day, but really, I don't care. At March 19th, I'm coming to make a statement, period. The 135-pound weight class is now mine. That we all know, talking about running off the 145 like a little bitch that he is. We all know, with all due respect, because Johnny knows that I absolutely love and adore him. I have no ill will towards Johnny Bedford at all. We, through everything, we have a great bond, and I respect him as a man, as a fighter. But at the end of the day, he knows he struggles to make that weight at 135. And if he's got to take the ladder of fighting that at 135 or 145, he'll run right up to 145 and fight him. I don't really care about what they do. I know what Easy's gonna do, and I'm gonna keep whooping dudes' ass. That's it. Whoever wants to get in there with me, whoever wants to sign that dotted line, whoever's foolish enough to think they can beat me, I'm going to whoop their ass. Period.
Yeah, that's what I like when Easy to go off like that.
I'm sorry.
You tell him. That's right. Easy.
I'm gonna make it short and sweet the same way. I feel like Easy do. It's about who put the most work in, and let's talk about it. I'm 5-1, 6-1 if you count my fights for Dada.
Hey, look.
Who at 205?
I'm 5-1, right? I'm 5-1. I would be 7-1 if Dat's bitch ass didn't pull out and Jose Rivera's bitch ass didn't pull out.
So when it comes to me and my prospective weight classes, right? Who got a record like that off the top of your head? Who at 205 is 5-1 or 6-1? Who at 195 is 5-1 or 6-1? Who at 185 is 5-1 and 6-1? I don't have to worry about no rankings. I'm not waiting around for some old wizard to tell me I'm the best in the world. I'm not waiting around. Like I'm good. Just line them up. Just line them up.
Just line them up.
Whoever think that's not the case, whoever think that I'm not the champ, risk your life. Get in the ring. Toe the line and prove me wrong.
That's what I'm talking about. These why you two are two of my favorite players.
Risk your fool ass life. Go ahead. Risk your fool ass life and get in there and tell that man that be running around like a gorilla that he ain't the best. Don't tell him yourself.
But I want to know how you cut this weight. Like if they told you needed to be 185.
That's 185 right there.
I mean, how is it that easy for you to just cut this weight?
I live in a gym. I live in a gym.
But you also got soul food. Somebody cooking some soul food around you too now.
Listen, that's me at 185 right there. I'm a disciplinary. That's the thing that make me great. I'm a very disciplined person. Once I set my mind to something, once I create a goal, I just lose my appetite for any nonsense. I lose my appetite for any garbage. I always eat right. I always eat straight. I never really party. I don't like to go to clubs. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't stay up late. I got my baby with me all the time. She rocking with me. You know what I mean? I wouldn't feed myself nothing that I wouldn't feed my baby. So I eat healthy. I go to bed early. I wake up early. I train every day, 7 days a week. If you my Facebook friend, you know damn well how I lose that weight. I work out every single day, no days off.
That's what I want to say too.
That's one thing that's like that's better than for you. That's like above what a lot of boxers do. They do not have that type of discipline. A lot of them, there's only a few that can like maintain the lifestyle in between fights.
And that's that's what's gonna make the ultimate difference between me and any fighter that gets
Exactly.
there with me. I don't care the
Exactly.
numbers, I don't care the
I'm
name you carry, I don't
always
care what
working.
you've done in the past. If you still bullshitting, if you still partying, if you still drinking beer, if you still eating nachos, if you sitting there eating ice cream with your wife, I'm gonna beat your ass for the secrets that you carry into the ring with you.
Ice cream with your wife.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat you down for the secrets
Yeah, baby, you
that
done
you
went
carry.
down one lane. Eating ice cream like with your lady. That damn, you done went down our lane. You
Yeah,
think that we could see you at 140 or 147 anytime, or you think that you like the lightweight division? Like that's your zone. You've dominated over at the defense now. So what is it that you want to do next?
I'm not going to 147. She got to be talking to you.
I'm talking to you, man.
Who's you talking to me?
You got to be talking to
Oh,
me.
I thought you were still. Did you say 147?
I said 140, 147. Like what? Do you see yourself just staying at the lightweight division and reigning, till the end of your career? Or can we look forward to seeing you at least at a 140?
After I finish cleaning up 135, we'll talk about 140. Honestly, I asked to move down to 125. See, they get it twisted, and I always throw it out there. I'm the only current champion in another sport, and I normally box at 128, 125. So me doing bare knuckle at 135 is me always fighting, almost at my walk around weight or walking around above my weight class, my actual fighting weight class. I've never complained. I won't complain because it's my weight class. I own it, and I'm going to continue to beat everybody up in it. So I'm cool with it. But if I make any move, I'm going down. And if I got to go all the way down to 115 to beat up Nico Hernandez, I will if I can get him to come back.
Oh, you're ready to go. You're ready to go down in weight if necessary.
Oh yeah.
Not up. Okay. So we got Christopher Young. He's our Florida Boxing Commission rep and judge. He says bare knuckle fighters is a different breed, a different mindset, true gladiators. Well. What you got to say to that? True?
Definitely true. Definitely true. I mean, and you see it. You can see the difference in the real bare knuckle fighters and the people who have the mind for it and the people that are just getting in there to fight.
Yeah, there's always gonna be some trash to clean up. There's always gonna be a few people popping up and trying to use it like a publicity stunt. And this is the wrong kind of sport to do that.
Oh yeah,
because when
you can get yourself hurt.
Something bad gonna happen to your life. So like the remember the top notch guys, the top tier guys, they'll get in there and they'll stay and they'll be what they are. Kind of like how our heavyweight champion is like. You might not like him. You might not know him. He might not have a lot of friends on Instagram, but he will beat your ass. Period, point blank. And I don't care who you think you is and all of that shit, and you got a bunch of friends and fans and all of that, but you better not be messing with that man if you ain't about this life. Our heavyweight champ is not playing about this shit. I've been to about three of them. I think three of his fights. And it do not be going like they think it's gonna go.
Damn.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. Like you gotta know what you're doing. This ain't one of those jobs you filled out the application and was like, oh yeah, I can do that. No training. No, yeah, I'll do that. I can drive a forklift. Nah, you can't. You ain't. Don't want this.
Look, I know I ain't prepared to hit no damn wood.
Yeah, you don't want this job if you ain't prepared. This that job,
or a brick wall.
You can sign up for this if you want to.
Lorenzo, Reggie, how many times this year you think y'all might fight, man?
Me, like I said, I'm super clean. I'm going in deep and I'm coming out clean, and that's my strategy anyway. I'm going in. I'm coming out with all knockouts. I'm gonna make it look easy. Like I said, I'm going. I'm going out afterwards. I'm taking pictures. I'm modeling underwear and all kind of shit. I'm not gonna let them touch me. And then so I'll be able to fight probably every other show this year. If I keep doing that, unless I get the title and then they kind of try to sit me down. But if somebody gonna have to answer me, you know, we talking 6-1, 7-1, 8-1, 9-1. Now I get paid regardless. I get paid whether it's a title shot or not. But somebody gonna have to ask the question like, wait a minute, why doesn't he have the belt? If there's nobody close, where is this belt?
Yeah, that is true. Where is this title?
Where is his title? So then when I get the title, things may slow down just because of the way they set up title fights. I don't know if you guys noticed, but when guys have the title, they actually don't fight as often.
Okay.
So it may even come a question is whether or not I want it because I like to fight. You know what I'm saying? Don't get the title down.
Right.
Just keep the checks coming. Just keep the checks coming. So I
that
don't know.
would be a problem for Reggie too, I'm sure. Easy, you wouldn't be able to just sit back and relax either. You don't want to get in there and fight.
Like I said, I'm not chasing that. I'm chasing my legacy.
Yeah, that's for sure, and it's apparent with both.
I'm not chasing that. I'm chasing my own legacy. I don't really care. And at the end of the day, and I'll leave it at this, like I said before. Now he's at the point where, after everything's been said and done, if you don't fight me, and I don't even care whether it's boxing, bare knuckle, MMA, kung fu, taekwondo, Mortal Kombat, since you think you're Raiden, you know, and I'll be Jax and rip your damn head off with these two machine guns attached to my arms, then you're a coward. Plain and simple. And nothing that you accomplish means anything.
Now I want to get some predictions before you guys go, because the main event for BK some predictions. So for BKFC 16, as the main event, we got Garcia versus Elmore. What's your pick, Easy?
I don't know. That's a tough fight. I grew up watching Leonard Garcia. Kind of idolize his fighting style, but I love what Joe Elmore brings to the sport. For me, I'm gonna be impartial for the main event.
Ah, man, you trying to get out of doing this prediction tonight with me? Why you gonna fight me like that? Now, Easy.
Come on, next fight. Look, let's say it like this: one of them two is getting knocked out. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
With Joe.
Lorenzo said that he's favoring or leaning towards Elmore. What do you think about that? You still sticking with Elmore?
That's what I feel like Joe is more hip to come away with the knockout, but we know that if Leonard Garcia decides he wants to dig deep and actually truly fight, he can. And we've seen Tom Shoaf come out and touch Joe Elmore up. So, and Tom Shoaf and Leonard Garcia touching Joe Elmore up is a whole different story. Am I wrong? Lorenzo? Like, I take nothing away from Tom. He is a great skilled boxer, but if you talk about power and just destructive force, Leonard Garcia has way more than him. And if he can get to Joe the way that Tom did, then it's a different fight. But we know that Joe Elmore can come out and bang, and he's got a chin and he's got a heart of gold. So I think somebody's getting knocked out. Period.
The reason I'm running with Joe is because I'm thinking after getting touched up like that and coming away with that win, I'm believing he's taking his head movement very serious. I believe he's taking this game very serious. If he didn't, and he's thinking that he can go out there and continually take that kind of damage, then we won't see him for long. But I don't think that's the case. Any smart person after a fight like that, no matter who you are, you're taking your head movement serious. You're taking your movement and you're striking serious. And I think he comes back a whole different fighter. I think he comes back something just as mean and a little cleaner. And I think it's gonna be an amazing fight.
All right.
Wow, you guys, you know what? After y'all both have said your piece on that, I'm more interested in that fight now. Because before, I'm like, it was all focused on Chop Chop versus Easy E Barnett. That's what I was focused on. But now you got me kind of curious what's going on with the main event too.
Oh yeah, both of them gonna be. Yeah, it wouldn't be the main event if they didn't think it was gonna be a knockdown bang out. But I'm telling you, Joe Elmore can touch this guy the same way Easy gonna touch this guy, and it's gonna change the game. And it's gonna be like all of a sudden that little magic show in boxing that you guys used to put on, where it looked like you rehearsed this shit. Know what I mean? This ain't that. This ain't that.
Don't be picking on my boxing. This is boxing.
I'm just saying. Come on. I'm just saying. Watch the show.
Don't do it.
Just saying. I'm just saying. Watch the show.
Different sport. You're not gonna do it.
You can look at some of those fights and you can pan the crowd, and people are falling asleep. Ain't nobody sleeping at BKFC fights.
No, they fighting in the stadium.
Nobody sleep at BKFC
Yeah, they too busy fighting their damn selves. That's what.
That's right. That's right. Ain't nobody.
They so hyped they be fighting each other.
Whatever. Reggie because Reggie had the pleasure of working with a legend in boxing. He knows that it's a different sport, and it deserves all his credit as well with Pernell Whitaker. So don't tell me that boxing ain't exciting. And we just saw like one of the best knockouts so far in like at least I say last year. I mean, last weekend it was a hell of a damn knockout, a hell of a damn fight. So both of y'all sports got their good sides and their bad sides.
Shakir, trust me, I'm gonna clear it up for you right now. I can't say it to you no better than this. It's just like NASCAR. Some people go to see the fast cars go 200 miles an hour and it looks great and it's amazing. They're great drivers. Some people go to see the crashes. BKFC is the NASCAR crashes. Other than that, people
I like that analogy. I like that analogy. What about you?
I was going to ask the fellas, hey, Reggie and Lorenzo, if there was one thing that y'all could change in bare knuckles, what would it be, man? If anything, if you could change one thing or add one thing.
I don't know. I didn't ever really think about that.
I'll answer for me and Reggie. I'll answer for me and Reggie. I'll answer
want to whoop somebody ass.
I'll answer for me and Reggie.
Go ahead,
What I would change: top guys get the top fights. Period. Point blank. Top guys get the top fights.
Yeah.
All that publicity stunt shit, all that, this guy and this guy's name, and he's this, and he brings the crowd, and it's this. Top guys get the top fights. Don't come in here picking around who you want to fight. Chris Lieben just fought the Henry Hero dude was 2-0, and he's talking about he wants to go out on the sword. He wants a good fight. But come on, Chris Lieben fight somebody 2-0? Come on, why not fight me? We the same weight class. What's up? Why I can't get the big fight? Why I can't get the co-main event? Why not? I put in all the work.
Because they don't want us to beat their ass.
That's right, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I would change. Don't make this to no dog and no pony show. Don't make this into no pony show. Let's give them the real shit.
Y'all really
around here? You sign up and you want to do this shit? Give them the real shit. Give them the
y'all
real
really
shit.
Think
Same
was
thing with Hector.
Same
Thing with Hector. Why they protecting Hector? Hector's so big and bad. He said, he's this and he's that. Why he gonna fight me? Who he gonna fight? Why not?
What'd you say,
Why
Rick?
not?
I couldn't hear you.
I said,
think that Britain was supposed to win that fight.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. But what I like about bare knuckles is that they at least give the females a main event card sometimes. That doesn't happen in other sports right now. Rare.
I respect that one, but we talking about the people who put in work, the top fighters. If you're gonna bring in names, then let the top fighters fight the names. It's like I said, they were not expecting Britain to win that fight by no means. They don't want to put their top fighters in with the big names they bring in because they don't want them to get destroyed automatically. That's why you see Good John versus Bennett, right? Who won that fight? Who won that fight? Who won that fight? We can't see who won that fight, right? We all know that Charles Bennett was B-side. We all know that Charles Bennett was B-side, right? And what did Good John do? He tucked his little tail and hopped back on a plane and went back across the pond, crying, "Woe is me! All this crap happened," or whatever. They worked it out, and now he's coming back, right? And so.
That was a quick invasion, wasn't it?
Right.
I mean, it was an invasion and then
Right.
a real quick.
Hold on. I might get in trouble.
It was a British invasion and then it was a quick retreat. I'll say it like that.
Look, I'm gonna keep it funky. I might even get in trouble for this one, but I don't care because my contract is already signed. It already says that I'm guaranteed a world title shot. So I'm cool with that. Look, so you come over here, you perform half-ass, get given a fight. Right? You were given that fight, gifted that fight, then jump ship, right? And now they're going to bring your ass back, right? And probably give you more money than the rest of us to fight a bum, somebody that they absolutely know you can beat this time because you fucking suck.
Dang. Well, you can't get no blood of that. Welcome to Boxing PlayHouse. Listen.
Sorry, I get my feelings about that. I put in work, yo.
Hey, yeah. That's why I say you gotta
put in work.
Whatever you want to say on here, we don't stop people from saying whatever the hell they want to say on our podcast. That's one thing that everybody can say. We don't stop them from saying. Speak your damn.
You know what? Look, I lost some teeth in this sport, right? And Dave gave me a couple extra $1,000 and said, "Here, get your girl fixed." You know what I did? I put that shit in my daughter's college fund.
Hey, you gotta give credit where credit's due. You gotta give credit where credit's due. You gotta look out for the people who willing to bleed for you, who show up. You know what I mean? We not into babying publicity whores or what clout chasers, people who, you know what I mean? Like I don't believe that that's the way that the sport becomes successful. Dave says it before every show. He says, "My bare knuckle fighters are the toughest motherfuckers in the world." Let us prove it. Call them guys out, call them in here, and let us beat their ass. Don't protect them. Let us beat their ass, and then it'll prove it. It'll prove it. Like, oh, whoa, this is something totally different. Don't let them come in here and pick who they fight. And the other thing I like to change, I want to take that stupid ass wrap off. Stop making me wrap my hands. This is bare knuckle. I don't want no stupid ass wrap on my wrist.
Well, that's the Florida Boxing Commission that decided that that's the only way they're gonna allow you guys to fight. So
yeah, that's got
nothing to do with bare knuckles and
just hear me out. Just hear me out, Shakira. Don't pretend like you care about my wrist. It's bare knuckle. I'm getting punched in the face. How you care about me hurting my wrist? But it's bare knuckle.
Oh shit.
Don't pretend like oh well, in order for it not to be completely savage, we have to put some blue tape on their wrists. Like cut the games, Boxing Commission. Take your little money. Take your money. You got paid. Everybody bought a license. Everybody paid you. Now quit pretending like you care that I hurt my wrist. Oh, I don't want him to have carpal tunnel. But fuck his face.
You want to see some changes, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
I think the only other thing I would change is that the world title fight not be the same length as an actual bout, actual contested bout. I asked for 7 rounds in the tournament final against Johnny, and they said that nobody would sanction a 7-round bare knuckle fight on U.S. soil, so no commission would. But over across the pond, their world title fights are 7 rounds. Their standard fights, like we do, are 5 2-minute rounds. Their world title fights are 2 extra rounds. In boxing, world title fights are what? 2 extra rounds. In MMA, world title fights are what? 2 extra rounds. So can we get our 2 extra rounds? Because I feel like in world title fights, 2 extra rounds makes a difference. It makes you dig deeper. It makes you see who really, really wants it if it goes to that point.
Yeah,
and in all honesty, I feel like I'm the only one who said it. And everybody's like, oh, Johnny lost that fight hands down. No, I gave the first round to Johnny, the second round to Dat, the third round I scored even. No, the third round I gave to Johnny, and the last 2 rounds I gave to Dat. I had to fight a draw. I felt like it should have went to a sudden death 6th round. I felt like they should have did an inaugural 6th round championship sudden death. It was that good of a fight, and it was that close. Somebody judged it like they had that 4 rounds to 1, and I was like, what fucking fight were you watching? They were both in there throwing like idiots anyway. There was no skill involved. There's just 2 guys in there trying to knock each other out. But at the end of the day, it was that close, and I would have liked to see that inaugural championship sudden death round. So if I could change anything, all other combat sports have 2 extra rounds for their world title fights. Can we get our 2 extra rounds?
I kind of like that idea, actually. I mean, because sometimes, like you're saying, those are championship rounds for a reason. Like that lets you know who wanted more, who's there for it, who's more conditioned at the end of a fight. So I kind of agree with you on that. But like what I do want to end by saying, and I'm gonna be done. I'll let you finish. But what I want to say, I am looking forward to the day that I see both of you guys as main events on a bare knuckle fighting champion.
Say it like you mean it.
Say it like it's coming. It's all right. It's in the story. It's already written. Like I'm enjoying the ride. I remember another ride that I was on that was absolutely horrifying. So this ride right here, I'm gonna enjoy it for as long as it lasts. And I'm okay. And whoever wants to get my way while I'm riding this ride, you get your ass whooped. Chop chop, March 19th. It's your time. So
I'll be out there, bro. I'll be out there rooting for you, man. I can't wait to come. Me and my dad come in. If you need anything, let me know, bro. We'll be right back there with you, bro. We ride.
Thank you, Juggernaut. You know, I appreciate the love, support, that fighting spirit that you got to be right there with me in the house to give me a little bit more monster flowing through my veins.
Good luck.
But I'm getting ready to get out from here, y'all.
Hey, I got one more
question.
question.
Thank you. Oh, wait. Wifey wanted to say hello.
Look at you all slim. Okay. Wow, somebody's gonna bounce back.
I'll see y'all at the show.
Okay.
Reggie, the boxing, the ring y'all fight in, are y'all satisfied, or would you like it bigger or smaller? The ring y'all fight in.
Smaller.
You want it smaller?
Man, that don't matter to me.
It don't matter, but if it was smaller, it would be more convenient for me to get to somebody if you try to run.
Get to him quicker, huh? Reggie trying to get to him quicker.
Hey, look at my ring in my gym. This bitch about big as a phone booth. Look.
Wow.
Yeah,
our ring is a 28-foot ring.
Hey, it can be small, it can be big, it can be a phone booth. Let's go.
So you can run, but you can't hide, huh?
Yeah, it don't matter. Man, it don't got nothing to do with that. When it comes that's the kind of ring you want, Reggie.
No, that's the kind of ring I want right here. Just like this, y'all.
That's how you want it.
I like that ring.
We go just like that.
You want it like that?
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Stop. Take that baby ring. You want to be in the baby ring. That damn packet
That was perfect. Bro, that was perfect.
Reggie gonna get in that packet.
That was perfect.
That's
exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Look. That's NJ's baby octagon. You already got him trained.
I thought you was finna show us the baby, and you come over there what you want the ring size to be. I'm done with you for that.
All right, I got to get off of here, y'all. Thank y'all so much for the invite. I appreciate the love. Renzo, I'll see you in a couple weeks. Keep working hard. Keep training hard, bro. You know our time is coming. Our greatness cannot be denied.
It will not be denied.
Emilio, thank you so much.
Hey, best will not be denied. Reggie. You too, Lorenzo.
It will not be denied.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much. And you guys can catch the huh?
Look. That's that fight he got cheated on up. That's what he's talking about right there.
Oh.
Yep, that's that fight. That right there.
That's that fight. Sorry about that.
Right. So you guys can catch Bare Knuckle Fighting Champ 16, and it's gonna be on March 19th. You can go to the Bare Knuckle Fighting Champion app that they have now. To find out more details about that, you'll see Reggie Barnett Jr. versus Chop Chop Corley, former boxer. It's going to be a really good fight. And then we got as the main event, Garcia versus Elmore. And for more, Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt, baby. You got to go over to his page, Facebook, Twitter, IG. What's your handle?
At the Juggernaut Hunt on IG and Lorenzo Hunt on Facebook. Hit me up, inbox me, ask me any questions about diet and exercise. I'm on this. I do this. I live this. Bare knuckle for life.
All right. Look how big that bare knuckle is. My goodness.
I want to get hit by that.
Nothing to do with that. Right?
Damn hammer. Hammer.
Take care,
All right,
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo.
Bye. Say bye.
Love
Bye.
you.
Bye,
Bye.
sweetheart.
Bye.
All right, Lorenzo.
Bye, Cecilia.
All right.
Okay, guys, you can go over to Facebook, Twitter, IG, and YouTube for Boxing PlayHouse pages, all our social media. And then you can also sign up for some of my articles that I write for the sport on www.boxingplayhouse.com. Until next Thursday, which it'll be a ladies' night. Get ready, get your drinks, and we'll see you then at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You had a great show?
Great show with the fellas.
Yeah, they
Bare
were so
knuckles.
fun. Bare knuckles.
Don't get no tougher.
BKFC. See you soon.